network, you've come to the right place. Skip on over to natalkradio.com and click Event Tickets on the menu. Here you will find the best seats at the best prices for sporting events, concerts, theater, and more. Buy from North American Talk Radio, not the monster corporate giants, and you will still save more on event tickets. That's natalkradio.com, then click Event Tickets on the menu. Get in the game.
Oh, hello there. Coming in live on North American Talk Radio. Thanks for tuning in. This is Beck's Banter, Monday through Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's hump day. Don't you hate when radio hosts say that? It's hump day. Getting over the hump, getting over the work hump. What if you work Wednesdays through Sundays? Does that make, what is that, Friday? Would Friday be the hump day for you? I don't know. I think it's just unfair to them. But anyway, here we are. North American Talk Radio, Beck's Banner. Again, Monday through Thursday. We're live at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can listen on our website, natalkradio.com. Exciting news. Very exciting news. Hopefully, I didn't blow your eardrums out. That is the longest track there ever. We are actually on Streama, Simple Radio, finally. It took forever, it felt like. And we're on radio.net. And we also simulcast on the 12-Ounce Sports YouTube. So if you're watching there, thank you for tuning in. You can chime in on the chat function there on YouTube, or feel free to, if you listen on our website, natalkradio.com, you can chime in there too. All right, let's get into it. There's plenty of sports to talk about. And when I say we're Monday through Thursday, you know, almost every Monday through Thursday. You know, if Daddy gets a date invite, I'm not getting any younger. You don't turn down dates at my age. So most Monday through Thursdays I'll be here. I'll be here tomorrow. I do have a golf outing, but it starts in the morning, so I should be back in time. So I think we're going to go ahead and pretend like everything's normal tomorrow. Watching some Little League World Series right now behind the screens. That's usually the mark of it's almost the end of summer. So take it all in. Sixth inning, Panama beating Australia, mate, 7-2. But we're going to start here in Northeast Ohio, where I'm at, with Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett was clocked going 100 in a 60-mile-per-hour zone on the interstate. I don't know what highway it was. I'm in Northeast Ohio. I'm about an hour and 15 south of Cleveland here at the home office / studio. But that was last Saturday morning. It was several hours after a preseason opener for the Browns against Carolina. And, yeah, it's being discussed. It's not the first time a Cleveland athlete has had an incident of speeding. And Stefanski weighed in after a joint practice with the Eagles today. He said, coming from a team leader, extremely disappointing. It's been addressed with Myles, with the football team. He needs to slow down for his safety and the safety of others. Yeah, I mean, Garrett was pulled over at 2:01 a.m. Saturday in Strongsville. According to the records, he was only given a $250 fine and does not have to appear in court Thursday morning if he pays the fine. Now, wait a minute. I thought 40 miles per hour over the speed limit, I thought, was grounds for a much more severe punishment. Well, obviously I'm wrong, unless his fandom has kind of gotten him out of that. That's surprising. But I've heard people say, you know, our own Michael Carvelis from North American Talk Radio say, you know, this is a selfish act. I mean, I guess you could chalk it up to selfish. It's reckless. Again, I don't know if it's selfish. People call these kind of things selfish. I think guys and some gals like to go fast. People like to drive fast. They get a thrill and adrenaline rush out of it. So whatever you want to call it, but it's reckless and he needs to know better. Okay, he's the face of the Browns, essentially. He recently was quoted as saying he wants to go down as a Browns legend. Well, let's pump the brakes a little bit here, Myles. All right, let's not kill anybody. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. I mean, at 2:01 a.m. in the morning, you start thinking, was he under the influence? Apparently that wasn't the case. Thank goodness. For the other drivers too, not just for him. But 2:01 in the morning, and you want to be the face of the Browns, you got to know better, right? And you put yourself in his shoes. At 2:01 in the morning, there's probably not, if any, cars. I mean, Cleveland's, it's busy up there, especially on the Turnpike, but it says he was in Strongsville, so I'm not sure if he was on the Turnpike or not. But typically at that time of night, there's not a lot of traffic. Maybe he thought he had some clearance. But why jeopardize your life, too, just to go fast? There's controlled ways you can do it. I was in Vegas a few years ago, and I paid to drive 10 laps on a race course in a Porsche, and I got her up well over 100. I think I was 180 kilometers, whatever that translates to. If you're listening on YouTube or our website and you have the chat function there, let me know. I'm not going to do the math here live on the air. But I was up to 182 kilometers, I think the video said. But that was controlled, right? You have an instructor in the passenger seat. And if you think, anybody can get in a car and go fast. No, you got to know the physics. You got to know the apex of the turn. You got to know how the car handles. Obviously they don't have roll cages, so you're not, any kind of small mistake, you're rolling it and you're probably dead. So Myles he's got to know better. Now, again, I've heard the argument from one of our own people on the network. It's selfish. You can pretty much narrow anything down that you do for yourself as selfish. I think it's just the boy in him came out and he wanted to go fast. It's definitely reckless. And he's got to know better. If you're a super mega star, I mean, anybody should know better. Not even if you're just a guy going to his plumbing job. You got to know better. But especially if you're, a filthy rich, super mega elite athlete, protect your brand and your legacy and the other people on the road, honestly. So I hope Myles learns from this. The team's addressing it. I'm sure it was a scare for everyone. One of the parts of that story that really shocks me is all he got was a $250 fine. I messed up the soundbite. But I'm going to use that soundbite here again too. But all right, we'll move on. But that was one of the headlines today because Kevin Stefanski addressed it after a joint practice with the Eagles today. So it made headlines. And that's what we do here at Beck's Banter. We go with the sports headlines of the day. Du jour, if you will. Do you read the headlines? You don't have to read the headlines. Just tune in Monday through Thursday. And as we move closer to the NFL season, I'm hoping to have on probably Wednesday nights, because football does get played on Thursdays now. I'm going to try to have the former 12-ounce sports fantasy guru, Greg Cowan, on Wednesday nights for a short segment, or just have him pre-record it for me with his fantasy picks. That'll be fun. And he'll probably put some YouTube shorts up too. But, getting close to NFL season, we should on Wednesday nights have a fantasy section for you. I mean, I suppose we could do it on the Thursday night show, just at the beginning, it'd be crunch time. I think some of those Thursday games start shortly after 7. We'll have to check the schedule and decide what night we're going to do that. But yeah, look forward to that on Beck's Banter. Did you see this? Kansas football. They target upgrades and renovations, thanks to a $300 million gift. Yes. University of Kansas has received an unprecedented $300 million gift from donor David Booth, believed to be among the largest single gifts in the history of college athletics and the largest in school history. That's a lot of tamales. Kansas plans to allocate $75 million of Booth's gift towards launching the second phase of its ongoing transformation of David Booth Kansas Memorial Stadium. Well, yeah, you got to have your name on it. If you give $300 million, your name should be on multiple buildings at the University of Kansas. And the construction of surrounding Gateway District, said the athletic director, Travis Goff. Though school officials have not revealed a timetable for construction and completion of Phase 2, the funds will allow Kansas to move forward with renovating the east side of the stadium after the 2025 football season. Sorry, can't abbreviate it in that instance. David Booth. So let's look him up. I mean, $300 million. Folks, usually, I mean, unless he gave away his fortune, he is chairperson of the Dimensional Fund Advisors. One of those guys. Well, he's an investor, a philanthropist. One of those guys. He moves your money around and keeps a cut. Okay. All right. Well, he's made a lot of money. Let's look at Forbes. His net worth is $2.9 billion. Holy mackerel. How old is this guy? Is he even that much older than me? Wow, I took a weird career path. Oh, he's 79. You never know what would happen. I don't think I'm going to make billions from here on out, but I mean, he's 26 years older than me, but holy cow, $300 million. And Kansas has really turned it around. They have reason to be excited. Are they going to win a title? No. Let's calm down. Kansas is not going to win a title. But they're winning more and more games, right? They have reasons to be excited. And they have 300 million more reasons to be excited thanks to David Booth. So look for that in the 2026 season. Kansas, their stadium for college football is going to look a lot different. Moving on to another headline. Again, if you're listening on YouTube or our website, there is a chat function. If not, I'll just keep on going. I'll keep on trucking. You don't have to. That's what I do, Beck's Banter. I just got a lot of banter, and I'm going to spew it on the air. Sha'Carri Richardson addresses her arrest and apologizes to her boyfriend. If you know her, she's a sprinter, Olympic sprinter, and recently was in trouble for domestic violence. I guess it was on social media. Everything's on video now. Everything is on social media. You can't take a dump without somehow it gets posted on the gram, TikTok, X, Facebook. What's the other ones? Snap. I'm not on all those. I'm an old fella. Are you on Snap? I've heard guys my age say they're on Snap. Apparently it goes away after, but then the people can save it. It's kind of weird. I like face-to-face. That's the best way. It's tried and true. Getting back to the story. Let's go. Sha'Carri Richardson addressed her recent domestic violence arrest in a video on social media. Okay, the domestic violence wasn't on video. It could have been, though, in this day and age, and issued an apology to her boyfriend, Christian Coleman. This was posted Monday night, which she said she put herself in a compromised situation. I think you put Christian in one. She also issued a written apology to Coleman on Tuesday morning, and said, I love him, and to him I can't apologize enough. Now, she is the reigning 100-meter world champion. And, got in a little trouble. The note goes on. But she was arrested July 27th on a fourth-degree domestic violence offense for allegedly assaulting Coleman at a Seattle-Tacoma International Airport, and she was booked into South Correctional Entity in Des Moines, Washington. There's a Des Moines, Washington? Really? I only thought the Iowa one existed. She was detained for more than 18 hours. So there you go. So for you folks out there, yes, believe it or not, domestic violence goes both ways. And in this case, it went the opposite way that you would expect it. The female abused the male. So if you know anybody being abused, don't tell them to be a man and get over it or fight back. No, we can't do that. Don't do that. It's wrong either way it goes. All right. What we're going to do is goes to a commercial break. We're in the first break here. I'm Beck. This is Beck's Banter, live Monday through Thursday on North American Talk Radio. And you can find that on our website, natalkradio.com. You can find it on the Streama/Simple Radio app. You can find it on radio.net. And we simulcast on the 12-Ounce Sports YouTube. That's at 12OZ Sports. Beck's Banner, I'll be right back here in about 2 minutes. Stick by.
BetUS and North American Talk Radio have partnered to bring you the preferred betting platform in the United States, and you will get a deposit bonus of up to 150% if you use promo code 120Z. Take it from me, I'm a cowboy and a gambler. I wrangle my bets on BetUS, and I use the promo code 120Z to get free money. Yee-haw! That's BetUS and promo code 120Z. Now giddy up.
You're listening to North American Talk Radio, the all-new talk radio station featuring sports, movies, politics, mental health, and more. Check us out at natalkradio.com and subscribe today. Buy event tickets straight from our website to help the cause and get tickets to your favorite events for less. That's natalkradio.com. Thanks for listening.
Want tickets for less while helping a small grassroots radio network? You've come to the right place. Skip on over to natalkradio.com and click Event Tickets on the menu. Here you will find the best seats at the best prices for sporting events, concerts, theater, and more. Buy from North American Talk Radio, not the monster corporate giants, and you will still save more on event tickets. That's natalkradio.com, then click Event Tickets on the menu. Get in the game.
Are you ready to place bets? Join MyBookie today and discover exciting opportunities. North American Talk Radio has partnered with the cutting-edge gambling platform to offer unique bets, several ways to play and win, and you can even use crypto to play. MyBookie offers a seamless platform for all your gambling needs, and MyBookie has you covered with a vast array of options. Explore their different markets and bet types. There's something for everyone. Discover MyBookie's special introductory offer by using North American Talk Radio's special promo code, which is 120Z Sports, all caps, no spaces, and you'll get a deposit bonus up to $1,000. MyBookie offers a thrilling experience, so sign up today and be sure to use the promo code 120Z.
Oh yeah, we're back. Coming at you, North American Talk Radio. This is Beck from Beck's Banner, Monday through Thursday, 7 p.m. Happy to have you. Thanks for listening. Segment 2, we're lighting the load just a little bit. We're going to go into anti-doping. But again, if you're listening on radio.net or Streama/the Simple Radio app, thank you for tuning in. We finally got on Simple Radio. If you're listening on the website or the 12-Ounce Sports YouTube where we simulcast, you can use the chat function. Our website is natalkradio.com, and the YouTube is at 12OZ Sports. All right, we're getting into it here. Segment 2. U.S. Olympic sprinter Fred Kerley has been provisionally suspended for whereabouts failure under the sport's anti-doping rules. Now, if you're keeping track at home, if you're keeping score at home, I'm trying to do different voices. I don't have any. I just have my regular one. That's 2 Olympic sprinters in trouble in a row. I didn't do that on purpose. I just go through the headlines every day. That's what this show is. We go through headlines, some opinion. Once we get big, hopefully we get big. That's what she said. We'll have people chime in and participate with us through the chat function. But, I give some opinion. I let you share your opinions. So none of this is really on purpose. I just go through the headlines. That's 2 sprinters in a row that's in trouble. Now, the whereabouts failures, that's a little peculiar. So are they saying that he just didn't show up for the drug test, so they're just going to assume he's guilty? I mean, that usually is kind of a sign that he was a little worried about taking this drug test. Wonder why. His attorneys did weigh in on the 30-year-old's accusation or suspension. I'm going to read this quote here. Fred Kerley has already notified the AIU that he intends to contest the allegation that he has violated the anti-doping rules related to whereabouts failures. So I laugh every time. As he strongly believes that one of or more of his alleged missed tests should be set aside either because he was not negligent or because the doping control officer did not do what was reasonable under the circumstances to locate him at his designated location. So the test taker couldn't find him. Was he not in the bathroom? Where was he? Fred will not comment further at this time out of respect to the process and looks forward to presenting his case to the appointed hearing panel. So, Fred Kerley, he did win Olympic silver medal in the 100 meters at the Tokyo Games and the bronze in Paris last year. He's earned, actually, 6 medals at the Track and Field World Championships. He weighed in. He said, "You can try to break me in the storm, but all you're doing is giving me a better story at the finish line." Huh, okay. Here's where the story gets a little weird. It's not his only incident in the last few months. Mr. Kerley's been in and out of trouble a little bit lately. In May, Kerley was charged in Florida with punching a woman, a hurdler who was also competing in the Olympics. That came just a few months after he was arrested for allegedly punching a Miami Beach police officer on January 2nd, an incident in which police used a taser on him. Now, I don't want to shock you, okay? I don't want to shock you. But his attorneys say he's also innocent in all those cases. Okay. Look, I don't know. Okay, I don't know. But you've been arrested multiple times for punching an officer, punching a woman who was also in the Olympics. And then the test taker for your drug test said they couldn't find you where you were supposed to be. Are all these people out to get you? Or would there be a reason why all these people are just trying? Like, how do you say I'm innocent? Like, I wonder if did the woman have a black eye? Was it on video? I mean, if they're 2 Olympic athletes. Now, it just said he punched her in Florida. It just said a hurdler who also competed in the Olympics. It didn't say they were at a practice or anything. Practice? So who knows if anybody else saw it. But it's kind of hard to say you didn't punch the police officer. Don't they all have body cam? Surely. Don't call me Shirley. They all have body cam, do they not? So they had to be on video. But the attorneys, I mean, they're doing their job. But nope, he's innocent on all these things. He didn't do any of things. He didn't do any of these things. Nope. Our client is being misrepresented by these charges. And now I wish I could do the voice of the attorney on Seinfeld. This is litigious, outrageous. I don't know. That's 2 sprinters from the U.S. Olympic team that are in some serious legal trouble. One was domestic violence. The other one you could say has a couple, or at least, well, it's not domestic violence if it's not your significant other. But that's not good stuff. Hey, the Major League Baseball Association has released their postseason schedule. That's right. We're right around the corner. The playoffs start September 30th. So you might be wondering, when do they play? Mr. Beck from Beck's Banter. I'll tell you when they play. September 30th is when all the wild card series open up. Of course, the mothership's got all those. That'll run till October 4th when the League Division Series starts. Then you start to see other networks get some games. Actually, the mothership's done after the wild card. Then it flips to Fox, FS1, TBS, True TV, and HBO Max. I got a little excited when I read HBO Max because I have HBO Max, and I noticed what sporting event was. Oh, I think the hockey playoffs. HBO's got some sports now. Some sports. Good for them, I guess. I don't know. Is it? I got to watch them, so good for me, I guess. But the League Division Series starts October 4th. That's where you're going to have all League Division games being played that night. That's going to run through October 11th, the Game 5s if necessary. Then you get into the League Championship Series. And that's when the dates kind of get staggered. Pretty much, except for October 16th and 17th and October 20th, all other nights are just one game a night. But October 12th, the League Championship Series opens with the American League Championship Series on Fox/FS1. The next night, Game 2 of the ALCS and Game 1 of the NLCS. National League will be on TBS, True TV, and HBO Max. That's going to take us to when the World Series starts, which is October 24th. Now, keep in mind, this is wild. I mean, it's always Mr. October, but Game 7, if we go to a Game 7, this might not be news. It just shocks me a little bit. But Game 7 would be November 1st. Aren't we like halfway through the football season at that point? And you have a World Series game on November 1st. I thought I'd never see it. They stretch these seasons out so long. Like, I understand they're maximizing dollars. It's TV rights. You know, the thing is, we already have football. And you know what else we have in the winter? Is new shows, new seasons for the shows we watch. Things like that. That's usually in the fall. Is when your favorite. Now, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia's. The newest episode is going to be available at 3 in the morning. I won't get to watch it till tomorrow night after this show. But baseball now goes into November. And you know what? It'll get worse. It'll get worse. This year it's November 1st, Game 7. Give it a few years. Oh, a kid from Panama, or no, kid from Texas, I think, just got hit right in the head with a baseball. The batter. Oof. But give it a few years. Major League Baseball Game 7 will probably be, November 10th by then. They stretch these things out so long. It's crazy, I tell you. It's crazy. Beck's Banner, we're up against another break. Again, if you're listening on the 12 Ounce Sports YouTube where we simulcast, or you're listening on our website, natalkradio.com, there's a chat function. If you're listening on radio.net or Streama, which Streama is the browser version. Simple Radio app, which is really cool, is the app. You can just listen and not chat, but we appreciate you listening. And I'm going to take a short break. This is Beck's Banter, Monday through Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on North American Talk Radio. That's who we are. You can call us The Natter.
You're listening to North American Talk Radio, the all-new talk radio station featuring sports, movies, politics, mental health, and more. Check us out at natalkradio.com and subscribe today. Buy event tickets straight from our website to help the cause and get tickets to your favorite events for less. That's natalkradio.com. Thanks for listening.
BetUS and North American Talk Radio have partnered to bring you the preferred betting platform in the United States, and you will get a deposit bonus of up to 150% if you use promo code 120Z. Take it from me, I'm a cowboy and a gambler. I wrangle my bets on BetUS, and I use the promo code 120Z to get free money. Yee-haw! That's BetUS and promo code 120Z. Now giddy up.
Want tickets for less while helping a small grassroots radio network? You've come to the right place. Skip on over to natalkradio.com and click Event Tickets on the menu. Here you will find the best seats at the best prices for sporting events, concerts, theater, and more. Buy from North American Talk Radio, not the monster corporate giants, and you will still save more on event tickets. That's natalkradio.com, then click Event Tickets on the menu. Get in the game.
Are you ready to place bets? Join MyBookie today and discover exciting to offer unique bets, several ways to play and win, and you can even use crypto to play. MyBookie offers a seamless platform for all your gambling needs, and MyBookie has you covered with a vast array of options. Explore their different markets and bet types. There's something for everyone. Discover MyBookie's special introductory offer by using North American Talk Radio's special promo code, which is 120Z Sports, all caps, no spaces, and you'll get a deposit bonus up to $1,000. MyBookie offers a thrilling experience, so sign up today and be sure to use the promo code 120Z Sports, all caps, no spaces, for huge cash bonuses. Get in the game and good luck.
You're listening to North American Talk Radio, the all-new talk radio station featuring sports, movies, politics, mental health, and more. Check us out at natalkradio.com and subscribe today. Buy event tickets straight from our website to help the cause and get tickets to your favorite events for less. That's natalkradio.com. Thanks for listening.
Hello. Hello there. We're back. Oh, yeah. Beautiful Wednesday. It's Hump Day, and this is Beck's Banter live on North American Talk Radio. Thanks for tuning in Monday through Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we go over sports headlines for the day, a little bit of our own opinion. On the back half of this show, I'll get to some standings since we are in crunch time. Lunchtime is crunch time. Sorry, I had to quote Carlin there for a minute. But we do headlines for the first 45 minutes or so. We're going to have some guests on in the future. Like I mentioned last segment, we'll have a fantasy guy on. Either he'll send me a clip, an audio clip, or he'll actually join me on the show for a little back and forth. But I know how you boys and girls like your fantasy. Oh, yeah. I play fantasy too. You know, damn it, I'm in a pretty darn good league. I won it 2 years ago, and I placed third last year, so I got my money back and then some. So I want a heater. You never walk away from a heater. I always say I'm done with fantasy. It doesn't really take up that much time, but it's the long game to win a couple $100. So there's probably better ways to make money. But I'm on a heater. You never walk away from a heater. That's the rule. You never walk away from millions either. And I think that's probably why Cook the Bills' cook is back. So this is interesting. I'm going to pull up some other articles too because, there could be different takes on it. But James Cook, he took part in pregame warm-ups in their preseason opener against the Giants, in which the Bills lost 34-25. Doesn't matter. It's preseason. But then he declined to play. All right? He suited up. He warmed up, then said, I'm not playing. He watched the game in his uniform with sunglasses and a woolen hat from the sidelines. He shook his head no in declining to speak to reporters when leaving the locker room following the game. And then he posted a note on social media. Oh, of course. Oh, I'm sorry. Although he posted a note on social media in February suggesting he's seeking to make $15 million a season, there is a dispute over whether that was his camp's initial stance. So it's unclear how far apart they are in what's expected to be a 3-year contract. His current asking price ranges somewhere between $11 and $12.5 million in guaranteed money. But he resumed practice. Practice? He's back to practice. Now, let's see. They might have, as I was prepping this show, okay, he's going to make what he wanted. So I got a take on this. They reached an agreement on a 4-year, $48 million contract extension that includes $30 million guaranteed. So he got over almost 3 times as much as what he wanted in guaranteed money. Here's the thing. The players know this, right? The players know this. They can hold a franchise hostage. What's the Bills going to do? You can't just go get another James Cook, right? And I know the saying, running backs are a dime a dozen, but they're not really a dime a dozen. Okay, we're going to find that out with the Buckeyes. We lost 2 really good running backs. That's going to be a growing pain, and we got to go right into week 1 against the number 1 team in the nation. NFL's the same. How many times do you see an NFL team, their stud running back goes down? Yeah, they got capable running backs on the roster. It's not the same production. So these players know, essentially, they typically hold the cards, right? It's like Parsons demanding a trade in Dallas. Everybody's thumping their chest, but at the end of the day, the owners got billions of dollars. They're not afraid to pay these players. The TV contracts get bigger and bigger and bigger. And the players know we can just hold out. They've got more money than they need at this point anyway, unless they're careless with their money. But they can hold out, even if it's another $5 million a year. A 4-year contract, you just gain $20 million by holding the team hostage. I'm not going to play until you pay me more. He's in the middle of a contract. It was a contract extension. So he's not even honoring his contract. If I didn't honor my contract at my job, I'd be fired. But these guys know I don't have to honor my contract. I want an extension. And they gave him one. $12 million a year he's going to get for the 4-year extension. When he hadn't even played out the current contract, they were paying him, and he was refusing to perform. It's lopsided, man. The players know it. The players know they hold all the cards. I mean, that is what we watch. We're not watching to see the owner in the box. We're watching because these players are incredible. But I don't think there's a whole lot of balance. So James Cook is back. His methods worked. Obviously, you can argue that. Obviously, it worked. He got what he wanted. He got more than what he wanted. He wanted 11 to 12.5 and guaranteed. And he got 30 guaranteed. Hey, what's the saying? Go get that bag. Get that bag while you can. I'm not blaming him. I just find it funny that it's like an alternate universe in pro sports. If I went to work tomorrow and said, you know what? I'm suited up for work, but I don't think I'm going to perform until you extend my contract and give me a lot more money than you're giving me now. They would laugh me out the door. So sports is an alternate universe because really the money comes from the TV deals. I've broken this down on the air before. A bulk of the money comes from TV deals. So it's not even really the teams paying these guys. It's ESPN, Fox Sports, CBS, NFL. Well, it'll be ESPN here soon. Right? If you're going to be mad at somebody in pro sports, though, if I'm going to break this down a little further, if you want to be mad at somebody in pro sports, be mad at the billionaire owners. And I'm going to tell you why. And it's not because I'm piling on the old, oh, billionaires suck. A lot of them do, but think about the scam billionaire owners have pulled off in pro sports, and especially in football, okay? You know, the Browns owner bought them for a little, like 900 and some million. They're worth over $2 billion now. They've won nothing. They made the playoffs once, I believe. And they've won maybe twice, but they've won nothing since he's owned them. Jimmy Haslam. Right? Most of their revenue comes from the NFL's revenue sharing model, which these TV deals are crazy, billions of dollars. So they can just transfer that money to the players. The stadiums are built by the taxpayers, and then their value keeps increasing. And then people have the audacity to say, why don't the Rooneys sell? Why? It's like the third generation. Why would they sell? They can leverage the equity and the value of the team for hundreds of millions of dollars, not work, run the team. These owners, they can use stock or the perceived value to liquidate cash, and they have all the money they want in the world. Taxpayers pay for the buildings. TV deals pay for most of the salaries, ticket sales, the $15 beers. I think I saw that it was either NFL or MLB. There's like an $18 beer for like 24 ounces of beer. You got to be kidding me. I had the audacity myself of complaining that Ohio State games have gotten too corporate. Right? It's sports in general. Big time sports in general has gotten too corporate. All right? And us people, of modest means still buy the upper deck seats because that's all that's available anymore. And we fork over $18 about 6 or 7 times a game, depending on how drunk you get in the parking lot. And then we complain when we get home. Well, you participated in it. That's why I watch on TV. I go to games occasionally. I like going to Purdue games where I graduated from. It's more of a college atmosphere. Little less pricing. They're not really in it for the corporate football revenue model. It's a STEM school, right? We're smart there. But there you go. Cook knows what he's doing. Before the last segment, before the next break, I got one more headline, and I'm going to come back from the final break and go over some league standings, look at the schedule coming up for the NFL preseason. But our last headline topic is it's a good article. I saw it on thescore.com, written by Alex Chippen and Nick Baldwin, saying 6 questions hanging over UFC's move to Paramount. The reason I wanted to go over this is because last night was one of the topics, the Paramount merger, and then UFC moving to Paramount. So no more pay-per-view on ESPN. But if you're like me and you have 6 streaming services now, I don't even know how much is Paramount, I wonder. I'm not even sure what they charge per month. But yet another streaming service you got to get, so you got to add that up. If you're getting it just for UFC, is it actually less money? But this was a good article. 6 questions hanging over UFC's move to Paramount, which, it's a $7.7 billion media rights deal to go from ESPN to Paramount. I mean, this whole show tonight, we've been in the billions when we talk about money. So the first question that Mr. Chippen and Mr. Baldwin came up with is, will card quality be affected? So they go on to say, it's no secret that the UFC's card quality has dropped off over the last few years. Well, I think part of that is the pay-per-view. It's not as readily, I'm not paying $79.99 once a month. I'm just not, because it's on Friday or Saturday night. I got things to do, right? I don't think the fringe fans are doing that. They're waiting for the clips on X. I almost called it Twitter again, Instagram and all that. We're waiting for the clips. You know, YouTube often has highlights. You can get a gist of it. So I don't think a lot of these people are household names anymore. So that's probably going into them calling it a lack of quality. I'm sure the fighting is still high level. But they say Friday night events that used to be full of ranked contenders now often feature a rotating cast of Dana White's Contender Series alums with one or maybe two big fights at the end. That's especially true when the promotion is at the UFC Apex, where it is a minimal number of tickets to sell. Okay, their question number 2 for this move: what happens to fighters who collected pay-per-view points? So you may not know about this. UFC fighters realize ultimate financial freedom when they become champions and start receiving a cut of pay-per-view revenue, also known as pay-per-view points. What do we do about that? Conor McGregor's deal apparently ties him to pay-per-view points even when he isn't a champion. So what happens to him? So that's going to be something they got to hash out. And then they question, their third question of the 6 questions, they're kind of questioning, is pay-per-view actually dead? Because Mark Shapiro, the TKO Group president, started Monday by calling pay-per-view a thing of the past. But at the end of the day, Dana White was saying the promotion could still hold a one-off pay-per-view event, and pay-per-view is not dead. So they already have a conflict. Now, if you're going to move to a streaming service and still do pay-per-view, holy cow, man, how are you going to justify that? Because now I maybe took on an extra $14.99, plus you have all the subscribers now that already subscribe to Paramount that you're going to get a cut of, because if they do watch UFC, they normally wouldn't. You get credit for that. I think that's how they do it. Count the viewers, the subscribers that watched. But you're still going to try to sneak in some pay-per-view? I don't like that. And I think that's wrong. But we'll find out. Time will tell. Question number 4 they had: how many numbered events land on CBS? Because Shapiro again told CNBC that likely all the numbered cards will be simulcast on CBS, which is the linear TV network owned by the same parent company as Paramount. So now all of a sudden, Shapiro is saying, yeah, we're going to simulcast on CBS, but Dana White later said on CBS Sports headquarters that he expects only 4 tentpole events per year to be on the network. Again, a conflict between the now new partners. You see a problem brewing here for the UFC? Was this not hashed out in a negotiation? Now, my question earlier is getting answered here. Question number 5 by these writers: how much will Paramount Plus prices go up? So right now it's $7.99 a month for Paramount Plus, or $12.99 a month for the ad-free version. Will they keep it there? I mean, they just spent $7.7 billion. They can't keep it there. I wonder if they did the research, how many subscribers will we gain by getting the UFC? And again, that's going to be somewhat of a guess. That's going to be plus, the other thing, I mean, you have the same problem with pay-per-view, but you could have one person buy the pay-per-view and have 10 friends come over. I guess that lingers with subscription services of any kind. So there you go. And then question number 6, where will the UFC's other programming land? Dana White's Contender Series, The Ultimate Fighter, and Road to the UFC are not included in the Paramount package, which is interesting. That was not included, which means the UFC is actively shopping those distribution rights. Wow. Once these series are no longer on the same platform as the UFC itself, It's going to be fascinating to see whether this has an impact on viewership and overall buzz. Wow, those are interesting wrinkles in this deal that we didn't hear when the news first hit. So, and it seems like Shapiro and White have a lot of conflict of what they perceive is the process with this. So that's going to be an issue. What's not an issue is we're going to take a quick break, come back for the last segment, get into some Major League Baseball scores from today, and go around the world of sports with some scores. I'd like to look in at the Cincinnati Open, and we'll close this at 8 o'clock right at the top of the hour. You're listening to Beck's Banter live on North American Talk Radio, Monday through Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I appreciate you listening. I'll be right back.
You're listening to North American Talk Radio, the all-new talk radio station featuring sports, movies, politics, mental health, and more. Check us out at natalkradio.com and subscribe today. Buy event tickets straight from our website to help the cause and get tickets to your favorite events for less. That's natalkradio.com. Thanks for listening.
BetUS and North American Talk Radio have partnered to bring you the preferred betting platform in the United States, and you will get a deposit bonus of up to 150% if you use promo code 120Z. Take it from me, I'm a cowboy and a gambler. I wrangle my bets on BetUS, and I use the promo code 120Z to get free money. Yee-haw! That's BetUS and promo code 120Z. Now giddy up.
Want tickets for less while helping a small grassroots radio network? You've come to the right place. Skip on over to natalkradio.com and click Event Tickets on the menu. Here you will find the best seats at the best prices for sporting events, concerts, theater, and more. Buy from North American Talk Radio, not the monster corporate giants, and you will still save more on event tickets. That's natalkradio.com, then click Event Tickets on the menu. Get in the game.
Are you ready to place bets? Join MyBookie today and discover exciting opportunities. North American Talk Radio has partnered with the cutting-edge gambling platform to offer unique bets, several ways to play and win, and you can even use crypto to play. MyBookie offers a seamless platform for all your gambling needs, and MyBookie has you covered with a vast array of options. Explore their different markets and bet types. There's something for everyone. Discover MyBookie's special introductory offer by using North American Talk Radio's special promo code, which is 120Z Sports, all caps, no spaces, and you'll get a deposit bonus up to $1,000. MyBookie offers a thrilling experience, so sign up today and be sure to use the promo code 120Z Sports, all caps, no spaces, for huge cash bonuses. Get in the game and good luck.
You're listening to North American Talk Radio, the all-new talk radio station featuring sports, movies, politics, mental health, and more. Check us out at natalkradio.com and subscribe today. Buy event tickets straight from our website to help the cause and get tickets to your favorite events for less. That's natalkradio.com. Thanks for listening.
Hello there. Oh yeah, hump day, humpity hump day. Welcome back, Beck's Banner, last segment. Got to get right into it, down to about 7 minutes even. Looking around the world of Major League Baseball, we had some good headlines tonight. We're going to hopefully end with a bang tomorrow. That's what she said. I think we have some finals, some early games. The Tigers edged the White Sox 1-0. That's good for the Tigers. We'll get into why here when we get to the standings. Only 7 combined hits in that one, and Melton gets the win. He's 3-1, 2.82 ERA. The Pirates got blasted by the Brewers. The Brewers continue to be the hottest team in baseball, 12-5 over the Pirates. Coincidentally, each team had 12 hits, so the Brewers were able to make a lot more out of those 12 hits than the Pirates. Looking at the Nationals and Royals, the Royals are fighting for their wild card lives, but they lost to the Nationals 8-7. A team virtually out. Well, they are out. They're 48-72. Rockies edged out the Cardinals 6-5. Another team that's completely eliminated. Rockies are the worst team in baseball, 32-88. Diamondbacks beat the Rangers 6-4. Rangers are now 500 and fighting for their wild card lives. And the Padres beat the Giants 11-1. And when I say beat, I mean they thumped them. Looking at games going on right now, the Phillies are down to the Reds 4-0. Reds are in a wild card spot right now. Mariners and Orioles are delayed in the top of the first thanks to rain. Marlins beating the Guardians, my Guardians, who really need wins to stay in the wild card. Bottom of the four. Actually, the Guardians are not in the wild card, so they really need wins. But the Marlins are taking it to them 4-1 in the bottom of the fourth. I'll probably watch the rest of that when I get out of the studio. Rain delay in New York between the Twins and the Yankees. They're still waiting to take off there. Top of the fourth, the Cubs lead the Jays 1-0. And another rain delay in New York. The Braves and Mets still trying to get underway. And the only other game going on right now, middle of the third, the Astros lead the Red Sox 2-1. Tonight, the late nights when yours truly will be in bed, slumber time, getting ready for a golf outing tomorrow. The Dodgers travel to the Angels and the Rays travel to the A's. That rhymes. I like it. Getting into the standings, as I said, Jays, Tigers, Mariners, Phillies, Brewers, and Padres are the division leaders. Brewers are red hot, 12-game winning streak. They're going to win again tonight, so that's going to continue. Looking at the wild card here, that's where it gets real interesting. In the American League, we currently have the Astros, Red Sox, and Yankees with the Guardians 1 out and the Rangers 4 out. That's why the Guardians desperately need wins. In the National League, you got the Cubs, Dodgers, and Mets. Can't believe I'm saying the Dodgers are in a wild card spot. And the Reds are 2 out. They're winning tonight. That'll bode well for them. And the Cardinals just got edged out by a team that is hot dumpster fire. They're 4.5 out. If you're wondering how bad are the Rockies, I think they're on pace to be worse than the White Sox were last year. They're 32-88. They're 32.5. They're more games out of the wild card than they've won this season. So I'm going to go ahead and go out on a limb and say they're not going to make it. Okay. Looking at preseason week number 2, I'm going to do this tomorrow, actually. So let's go to the WNBA scores. I'm going to do NFL tomorrow. We got a couple WNBA scores before we have to leave here in just about 2.5 minutes. We got the Sky losing to the Sun, the worst team in the league, 44-28. Maybe the Sun will get another win. They're 5-26. The Sky are 8-23, not much different. The Valkyries, 16-15, lead the 14-17 Mystics, 33-12. Got some late night games tonight. The Liberty travel to the Aces. The Dream travel to the Storm. If we look at the standings here, the Lynx have clinched. They're the only team that has clinched a playoff berth. And then all the other teams are kind of fighting for that. The Commissioner's Cup, let's see what that is. No, we don't need that. All right, let's look around. I wanted tennis before we had to go, but I'm going to have to scramble to get to that. The tennis interface is not that great. Today in women's singles, Rabakina currently down to Keys, Madison Keys, 6-7, 3-4. Sabalenka, number 1 in the world in the second set, leads 6-1, 4-4 over Manero. Can't say these names. Swiatek beat Cirstea 6-4, 6-3. Looking at the men's, if we can find them real quick. Can we? There we go, men's. Alcaraz going to play Nardi tonight at 8:10. I'm running out of time. Zverev plays at 8:10 as well. Yannick Sinner won today over Manarino 6-4, 7-6. I'm out of time. I can't talk about it anymore. Appreciate you listening. Beck's Banter, live on North American Talk Radio. Appreciate you so much. I'll see you tomorrow night for the final show of the week. It's Beck's Banter, Monday through Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, live on North American Talk Radio. Check out our website, natalkradio.com, to find all the places you can listen to us. Happy Hump Day. I'm out. Peace.
Buy from North American.